Hi, I'm Marletha from Snowden Chronicles. Before we begin today's episode of the Snowden Chronicles, I want to take a moment to offer a very important disclaimer. As Armand and I continue digging into the life of our great-great-uncle, William Morris, we'll be touching on a subject that is deeply sensitive, and for many people, deeply sacred: the American Civil War. This was a conflict that shaped families, communities, and the nation itself. It still carries emotional weight today, and we want to acknowledge that up front. Our great-great-uncle William served in United States Colored Troops, the 35th Regiment, Company F, out of New Bern, North Carolina. He fought bravely at the Battle of Olustee in Florida, where he was shot in the thigh. After the battle, he was captured and taken to the notorious and born free, ultimately gave his life for freedom. His story is not just a family story. It's part of American history. And we want to honor him with accuracy, respect, and truth. Now, I want to be completely transparent. We are not historians, and we are not an authority on the Civil War. Armand and I are researchers, storytellers, descendants trying to piece together the life of a man who never had a chance to tell his own story. Our goal is to be 1,000% accurate in everything we present, but we know that history is complex and new information is always emerging. So as we publish these videos, if you have alternate views, additional facts, or corrections, we welcome them. Please feel free to respectfully share your thoughts in the comment section. Armand and I truly appreciate feedback, and we want this channel to be a place where learning, conversation, and community come together. This journey is personal, but it's also shared. Thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and thank you for helping us honor William Morris and all those who served. Now, to this week's video. In our previous episode, we explored the final chapter of William Morris's life: his service with the 35th United States Colored Troops, his capture at Olustee, his imprisonment at Andersonville, and the tragic circumstances of his death in November 1864. But before Andersonville, before Olustee, before he ever carried a musket, William was a shingle maker, a son, a brother, and a free black man living with his parents, Mackey and Prudence Morris, in Mackey's Ferry, Washington County, North Carolina. Today, we trace William's transformation from laborer to refugee, from recruit to soldier, and follow the path that led him from his family's home to the parade grounds of New Bern and ultimately to the battlefields of the Civil War. In 1860, William lived with his parents and siblings in Mackey's Ferry, Washington County, North Carolina. The census taken on June 29, 1860, shows a stable, free black household, a rarity in antebellum South. William worked as a shingle maker, a trade requiring strength, precision, and endurance. These skills would later shape his role in the Union Army. His family, Mackey, Prudence, and their children, formed the foundation of his early life. Their stability and resilience shaped William's character long before he entered military service. By May 1863, William and his sister Sarah were in New Bern, a Union-occupied city and major recruitment center for black soldiers. They were, in every sense, refugees, leaving Washington County behind as the Civil War intensified. William arrived with purpose: to enlist. Sarah's situation is still being researched. She may have been living with the Walker family, who also came from Washington County, and may have been maternal relatives. When William enlisted in May 1863, he entered one of the most important training hubs for Black Union soldiers in North Carolina. William learned how to march, how to carry and load a musket, how to respond instantly to commands. Basic military discipline. This was the breaking in period, transferring civilians into soldiers. Daily drills on Academy Green, company formation, manual of arms, maintaining alignment, marching in line and column. This is when William became proficient enough to march in formation without breaking step. The regiment practice, battalion maneuvers, parade formation, coordinated movement between companies, preparing for their public debut. During the July 24th parade, William would have been positioned in the center of Company F, and here's why. William was a private. Civil War companies formed with experienced soldiers and corporals at the front, experienced man at the flank, new privates in the center files. William was a new recruit, a private, not yet promoted, not documented as a file closer or non-commissioned officer. The center was the safest, most stable place for inexperienced soldiers. Around 90 plus men, statistically, William was far more likely to be in the center than at the edges. Without documentation placing him at the front or flank, the center is the most historically responsible placement. On July 24, 1863, New Bern stirred with anticipation. The sound of drums echoed through the streets. For weeks, the men of the 1st North Carolina Colored Volunteers had drilled on the Academy Green. Today they would march, publicly for the first time. The streets filled early. White Union soldiers, curious civilians, free Black families, and formerly enslaved refugees lined the parade route. William stood in the center of Company F, surrounded by other new privates. His uniform was newly issued, brass buttons polished, rifle cleaned the night before. Colonel James Beecher inspected the line. A hush fell over the crowd.
Forward, march!
The regiment stepped off in perfect rhythm. Boots struck the packed dirt. Rifles gleamed in the sun. The men moved as one. William marched shoulder to shoulder with dozens of other Black soldiers, all wearing the blue uniform of the United States Army. The parade ended at the Academy Green, where Beecher praised their discipline and declared them ready for service. Shortly after the parade, William and the 1st North Carolina Colored Volunteers were sent to Folly Island, South Carolina, a major Union staging ground. William helped with digging trenches, building earthworks, constructing artillery emplacements, guarding heavy guns, maintaining supply routes. His background as a shingle maker made him well suited for this demanding work. By late 1863, Williams' regiment rotated between Folly Island and Morris Island, supporting operations against Fort Wagner, Fort Sumter, and Charleston's outer defenses. Their labor was essential to Union coastal strategy. On February 8, 1864, the 1st North Carolina Colored Volunteer was redesignated as the 35th United States Colored Troop. Company F was noted for its diversity. Out of 94 men, 17 were listed as light-complected. Shortly after becoming the 35th United States Colored Troop, William and his regiment were ordered south to Florida. Their destination, Olustee. On February 20th, 1864, William Morris and the 35th United States Colored Troops entered the Battle of Olustee, the largest Civil War battle fought in Florida. The fighting was intense. Union forces were outnumbered. Confederate troops held strong defense positions. The 35th United States Colored Troops fought with determination. Many were killed, wounded, or captured. William survived the battle, but was captured soon after. In our previous episode, we followed William's final months at Andersonville. Today, we trace the path that led him there, from shingle maker to refugee to soldier. William Moore's story is one of resilience, duty, and courage. From a free black household in North Carolina to the battlefield in Florida, his short life reflects the determination of thousands of African American soldiers who fought for freedom, family, and the future of their people. God bless. Thank you for subscribing and watching the Snowden Chronicles. Until next video.